Hi guys, welcome back to What's on My Plate. So for tonight, I'm making cod. It's going to be delicious. You're going to love it. I'm going to pan sear it, and then it goes right in the oven for 10 minutes and it's done. It's going to be delicious. So let's get started. Okay, so let's get started with my cod. It's going to be so delicious. You're going to love it. So this is half a cup of all-purpose flour. Okay, then I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. Okay, this seasoning has marjoram, oregano, thyme, rosemary, savory, basil, and sage. So that's 1 tablespoon of that. Then I'm going to do 1/4 teaspoon of dry dill. Just 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, then I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of paprika. This is smoked paprika. And then I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of sea salt. 1 teaspoon of sea salt. Okay, and that is going to be the that's just in the flour mixture. We're going to mix it all up. We're going to dip the fish in olive oil and lemon juice, and then we're going to dip it in here. So this is seasoned so well. So just mix it all up. Okay, and then we're going to set this aside. And then we're going to do our little olive oil and lemon mixture now. That's the next step. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you to add 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper in here. So I did that, and then I blended it up and I set it aside. Okay, so now we're going to make our olive oil and lemon little sauce that we're going to dip the fish in. So we need 1/4 cup of olive oil. We're going to need 1/4 cup of fresh lemon juice. If you don't have fresh lemon juice, it's okay. You could just use the bottled lemon juice. And then we need 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Okay, and then that's it. That's all we need here. And okay, so basically this was just lemon juice, olive oil, and melted butter. And so now we're going to need 3 tablespoons of minced garlic that we're going to put in after we dip the fish in here. Because whatever's remaining in this bowl is going to be poured over the fish and then baked in the oven. So that'll be the next step. Okay, so I need 1.5 pounds of cod. So here is 1.5 pounds of cod. Some pieces are thicker than others, but it's a really okay. So just cut them in about 6-inch pieces, or actually 4-inch pieces. Just cut them in like 4-inch pieces. You see this piece is nice and thick. Okay, so I'm just going to cut all of them. So I made this for dinner last night because I had a total of 3 pounds of cod. It was so delicious that I said, you know what? I'm having the same thing again today. So here's my cod. It's all done. So it's 1.5 pounds. Okay, and now we're just going to start putting it in the flour. And we're going to dredge it in the olive oil and lemon juice first, and then we put it in the flour. Then we're going to set it aside, pan sear it in the oven 10 minutes, and it's done. So let's get to those steps next. Okay, so take your cod. Okay, first mix this again, just to get everything incorporated. So mix it up, and then take your cod. Dip it in here. Let it drip off. Oops. Let it drip off. And then we're gonna put it in the flour. Oh my gosh. I'm not even cutting that out. That's what happened, so it's gonna stay. Then dip it into the flour. Okay. Now all the seasoning is in the flour. So I did not season the cod itself. And then here is my one piece. I'm just gonna set it aside on parchment paper. And then I'm gonna go ahead and dip it in here. Let's see, I'll try it again. Flip. Let the excess drain off and then dip it in the flour. Okay. And then I'm going to do this for each of them. Get this big one in here. Okay. Do the same thing. So I'm just going to do all of them, and then after it's done I will show you. Okay, so now that I'm done breading my cod, I'm just going to set it aside, and the remaining juice that we had from the lemon and the olive oil and the butter, to this we are going to add 3 cloves of minced garlic. So add the garlic in and mix this up. Okay, and then we're going to set this aside. So the next step right now is to go ahead and sear the cod. And after we sear it, it goes right in the oven. So I'm going to do a few pieces so I can show you. Okay, so in a skillet that can go in the oven, just add a little tiny drizzle of olive oil. So we're going to heat the skillet up, and then once it gets heated up, we're going to start adding the cod in here. And then we're just going to sear both sides for about 1 minute to 2 minutes aside. Okay, so let this sear, and then I'm going to flip it to the other side, and then it goes in the oven. Okay, so I just flipped it, so this side is seared, and then I'm going to do the other side down. Okay, so now that the 2 minutes are up, shut the stove off, and then go ahead, get your garlic, lemon juice, olive oil, and butter, and just pour this like on top. Okay. And then in the oven, this goes at 400 degrees for 10 minutes, and then it's done. So that'll be the next step. Okay, so my cod came out of the oven, and I'm going to plate it. It smells delicious. And you can have this with a side of white rice, a salad, whatever you want, vegetables, and you're going to enjoy it so much. I made some rice to go with mine and a salad. So I will plate it and I will show you, and I thank you so much for watching what's on my plate.